And I don't even know him well, you know. Another beautiful day, you know, in the life of Brian Berenker. Yep. So, you know. So, yeah, you know, with that being said, it's more than vindication. Interesting, man. Still have defenses. Interesting. Wow. You know, I want to be able to be in front, you know, to see the president again, but that's going to take some time. I hope there's some rallies going on, some Trump rallies, like a thank you rally. He said he was going to give a thank you rally in, what's it called? I think it was North Carolina. But that's going to be like next month. So, yeah. You know. All this stuff happens, but, you know. So, it's on red, so we're going to jaywalk. Hello, Harry. I don't know who you are, so it's pretty empty, man. This used to be like a touristic place where everybody come, but now it's empty. I don't know if it's because of the weather or because we got a new king. You know, Caesar is back into his throne, so I don't know why Washington it's empty. You know, because this is usually a touristic place. This is full, so maybe with the weather or maybe because of this. So you know. But it's still, you know, you get to give a lot, you know. All these years waiting, you know. I'm vindicated, so well, next thing I'll do, I'm gonna sign up for a government job, so hopefully get something with get a job with ICE or DHS, which I went and looked for something, and well, ICE only require training in school, and which is interesting. DHS only requires a college degree, any college degree. So, you know, so hopefully by the summertime, you know, get something done, or by August, you know, latest, get a government job and, you know, work on something. But yeah, this is the White House. It's still closed, you know. I'm vindicated, man. Thank you, President Trump. I'll really thank you. And also, I want to thank you, all those 77 million Americans who voted red, you know, because you all save, you know, well, clean my name. That's all I got to say. You know, they can say anything about me. All I know is that I haven't hurt nobody. I didn't hurt nobody. I didn't rape. I didn't harm anybody. So if they want to label me with anything, they can do. But one thing they cannot say is that I'm a felon or a violent criminal or some type of, you know. But yeah. And well, peace came back to America. And you know, and that's the thing, because it's always darkness before the dawn, you know. And that's the beautiful thing, you know, that we have restored country. And you know, so yep, at least we got our freedom, you know. So But yeah, for the summertime, I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can work on this thing. Apply for this job, but to get it done by get this job done by the summer. So, or if not, I'm planning on traveling. Probably go somewhere, but yeah, other than that, is nothing much. So yeah, what's coming up? A lot of things coming up. Events. I mean, I don't know. Trump was gonna give a thank you rally in North Carolina, probably in 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens with that. Because I'm hopefully make it up there. But other than that, it show you that all these years, all these 4 years, of failure. These last 4 years of failure, because it was a failure. A failure administration that couldn't even do the job right and couldn't even finish the job. And the same Democrats, they committed treason. They committed treason against Joe Biden by getting rid of him. You get rid of a president, that's treason. That's insurrection. Itself. That is insurrection, because he's the president. So you're trying to remove him. And it's so funny how the left activates. You see how the left have labels deplorables in 2016 with Hillary Clinton. Then they want to try to call you an extremist, then a conspiracy theorist, then a white supremacist. So they have these labels to try to alienate you and try to but that's all they do. So they use this agenda just to promote their agenda. And when these people really didn't do nothing for this country. So Trump in office is he hasn't been there for 20 days and he's already doing things. So so I'm hoping things work for America. So that's the hope. Are you? No, I'm an American, so I don't know. I went to the United States Capitol, on January 6th, and I'm still here, so I don't think I'm an illegal, So, and if I'm an illegal, then they're not gonna have a place where can they deport me. So there's nowhere to go. So yeah, that's probably gonna be stuck in here. So, but if I'm gonna be stuck in here, I wanna be stuck in here on a 20-year of Trump presidency. Hopefully he changes the constitution and there won't be no more elections. So yeah. And you can do it, you can change the whole thing, I mean, if Democrats can change laws and legislations, I mean, what's the problem with being in office more than 5, 7, 8 years? So there's nothing wrong with that, If you're trying to make men just pass a legislation that never existed in the United States, allowing men to walk into ladies' restrooms and just signing petitions like that and laws like that, or trying to throw people in jail for protesting a stolen election. I don't think it's hard to change the whole system and remain in office for the next 20 years. So yeah. Because I don't believe in the 4 year. Every 4 years, I don't believe that, because every 4 years, that's not enough. I don't think that's enough time for I wouldn't say for Trump, but I will say, I don't think that's enough. Maybe for Trump, I don't think that's enough time to really fix the issues of a country. Because if you take a look, the presidency is really 3 years or 3.5 years, because you get in office at the beginning of 25. Then it's like a 6-month period that you got to prove something, and then by the time the election comes, let's say if you lose the election or they steal your election, then you're not gonna be, you're still president, but you're just really just doing what, you know what I mean? So it's really the 4 year, every 4 year. I don't believe in that. I believe in a different society. I believe in a different type of system, and this is it. We got it. It's in our hands. Trump has it in his hands. He's the only one who can change it. So if I was Trump, I'll do it. So yeah, if Trump is in office and he has all the power, why not just changing some legislations and some laws and just extend your period, extend your stay for at least 8 years, 8 or 12, and that's it, So that's what I'm gonna push this administration for, I mean, you're the president of the United States, you can do whatever you want. So, I'm guessing all you're gonna need is some votes from Congress or something like that. But if you have the House, you have the Senate, and you have the White House, like make it happen, you know. So throw, get rid of all those crooks, throw them in jail, throw them in prison, label Antifa as a terrorist organization. Everybody who sets the flag on fire, put them in jail, and do the right thing. Do those things and change the whole system. That's it. You know, that's all we gotta do. So, you know. And your patriots, the people that fought for you, give them jobs in the government. You know, people who fought for you, stolen election, and are not convicted felons, give them jobs in the government jobs, you know. And I think that'll be much better, a healthier society, you know. And I think if Donald Trump actually, you know, extend his stay, I think that's democracy, you know. I think that's a way towards democracy, because there's a chance they can steal the election, you know. So that's what they did, you know. They violated the democracy. They violated a lot of human rights. They violated Trump rights, and they committed treason by stealing the election in 2020. So, and then they trying to say it was us, when in reality, nothing happened. So yeah, all these people that keep arguing or keep going after people, they're just a bunch of losers, you know. So they're not going to accomplish anything. So like I said, once Trump established his government a little more stronger, you know, and change those laws and extend his stay, I think we're gonna have victory, you know. Get rid of abortion. Well, you already got rid of indoctrination, you know, in gender identity. So that's a good step. That's a huge step, you know. You got out the J6ers. You put sanctions in these countries, Canada, China. So, and if you're president and you've done this in less than 20 days, I mean, that's an accomplishment. And it's an accomplishment. It shows that you're really fighting for a nation, you know, fighting for a country. Not like all these freaking crooks that, like that, I'm not going to say here because I don't want to use language, but like this, I'm going to call her a crook. This crook, Kamala Harris, she only ran for president to raise money because she's a grifter. She raised more than $500 million in her campaign. Where'd all that money go? Where are the people that you say you were supposed to with? And you know what's funny? That this, I'm not going to say, you know, I want to say it, but I want to be more educated. So I'm not going to, you know, but this crook, she keeps saying, oh no, we for the people. We got to fix the justice system. How hypocritical are you? You were a freaking DA. You were a DA. You were a district attorney. Your goal was to throw people in jail, and then you're trying to say that you're gonna do jail reform. Yes, so these people, and this is the problem with Washington D.C. Most of these people, the people that live here, they're like indoctrinated. You know, they're like these Marxist, progressive people, which is interesting to believe. You know, because you know, and I don't know why is that. Most of, you know, like this type of areas, you know, they have progressives. You know, in this type of people that, you know, they think that 2 + 2 = 5. You know. And that's the problem, you know. That's the problem with those people. That those people are degenerates, you know. They're not. So they vote for administrations that really don't do nothing. By fact, you know, they vote for administrations that, you know, screw their lives. So I think this administration is gonna get us out of debt, inflation, and we're gonna bring peace and security, you know, for the country. So, oh, you will know if you're illegal. Well, okay, if you think I'm an illegal, call ICE, you know. So, Canadian. Hey, guys, I'm Canadian. So, you're looking for friends. I will be your friend. Oh, you're Canadian. Great, you know. Who is this? Kylie. Listen, if you're Canadian, you know, tell your president that you guys got to unify with the United States. Stop being Canada, you know, and give it to the States, you know, and you'll have a better country. If you give Canada to the United States, you have clean schools, beautiful bridges, you know, no inflation, no gender identity. It'll be a beautiful country, you know. So yeah. So you know, like the Canadian government, you know, how tyrannical you have to be. You have these truckers, right? These truckers who were like protesting, you know, mandates, and then they put all these people in jails. So, you know, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, it happened to me. it happened to me, but I chose to become an activist, and that happens when you become an activist, a right-wing activist. You know that you're gonna have things, and this is a fact. This is a fact. I think if you're activist, or let's say a right-wing activist and a left-wing activist, if you're a right-wing activist, the system. I'm not talking about right now because I don't know. I hope the system changes. But if you are right-wing activist, the state will. It's going to be easier for you to get in trouble. Why is that? Because most of the administration support give chances to the left. You know, so like when BLM, when these freaking criminals were destroying businesses, setting police cars on fire, they were getting away with it. You know, they were getting away with it, and nothing happened. But as soon as grandma demand election integrity, oh, she's a terrorist. Oh, she's an extremist. So that's what happened. You know. So in reality speaking, in society, you know, if you are a right-wing activist compared to a left-wing activist, I think it's easier for you to get in trouble. It happened to me, but this is what I chose. I chose to become an activist and give my life to this. So, you know, and that's what happens. You know, you choose to be an activist, so you're gonna have free, you know. But check this out. I never got in trouble. The only reason my charges were fabricated. It was fabricated charges, misdemeanor, for demanding election integrity. And I'm gonna say why were fabricated. It was fabricated because my record is clean. That's it. So I'm not even a felon. So, you know, that's even greater for me because I can get any job I want. You know, you can run for Congress, you can work for the DHS, you can work for all these people. So, you know, and other than that, you're not gonna have much. I mean, like, so if you vote for this administration and this is the way things are going, I don't think it's hard to, you know, support your own campaign. I mean, you know, check this out. You know, the person that you stood up for was the president of the United States. I don't think it'll be an issue. So yeah, that's something that I'm gonna talk about later. So, because in reality, you know, I think this administration is gonna accomplish a lot of things that, you know, new administrations have ever accomplished. So, I mean, he did it in 2016. You know, he did a lot of things. He fixed the economy. He cut sanctions from other countries. He stopped North Korea from using bombs. He destroyed basically ISIS. ISIS was destroyed. And then they get to steal the election. And once they steal the election, I don't think it was not even 3 months in, and inflation was already, you know, through the roof. So you ask yourself, you know, like all these freaking leftists that voted for that administration or whatever, you know, well, it was a stolen election, and that's what the left do. The left use certain types of people, for example, like the jails. They go to the jails. People can vote from jail, right? The jails. So the Democrats can say, okay, let's get some votes from these people, these folks, you know. But they find out that it's not working. It's not gonna work anymore because everybody's waking up. So yeah. Other than that, I mean, there's not much. So, and yeah, you just gotta fight the resistance. So let me just. You know, going back to the old days. Going back to the old days. The old days. Give me 1 second. So yeah, I'm gonna have a conversation with someone. So I'm not. Don't think I'm anti because this is infiltration. You know, so it's different. It is different. You know, and even if they dox me or nothing, I mean, I infiltrate anyways. I mean, I don't care. You know, what's it called? What was this organization? I infiltrated just to collect information, see what the heck they do. You know, they believe in stuff. It was what's it called? What was this organization name? Um, it was called the Communist Party of America. You know, they gave me a flyer and then they gave me an interview. And I went to a rally. In this was back in the summer. This is like July. I think it was May, between May and July. And we went to Virginia to go to houses, and these people, yeah, basically they're like a cult, you know. So they believe that they don't believe in this type of system. They believe that America should be running communism. They're kind of little bizarre for the things they believe because they like kind of contradict themselves. So let me infiltrate if they hear. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hi. I'm just checking out. How are you?
Oh, good.
I'm just checking out.
Good.
Is one second.
Yeah, Filippo's usually here tonight, but he's usually here during the day. He
No,
took over tonight.
right now, sister. I'm just on a live stream. Question: what do you think of this current administration? How this everything is going in this
Fuck
country?
him. I think he's an absolute fascist.
Right. I mean, you gotta fight fascism, you know, and that's the problem with fascists because when it comes to fascism, it's a government where there's no free speech, you know. And in this country, they're trying to say that we got free speech, but we don't have free speech.
No, they like to say that
No,
they're
no, no.
for
They got
free
all these
speech.
fences and
They like to
cameras and
say
Right.
they're for free speech.
Right,
They
right.
like to say they're for
Right.
anything, but they're really for free speech that serves their status quo or their own agenda. You
Right.
know, look at their like, oh, we're not a police state. You know, the left will say we're oh, we need the police to protect us, and the right will worship the boot that steps on their neck. Look at around us.
Right,
This
right,
didn't
fence.
used to be here.
Now, question, why? I'm just asking because I'm not from Washington. You know, this is like my first time here. I don't even know.
This isn't
Why?
normal.
Why? I'm just a live streamer. I come from another country. I
No,
come from
this,
Romania. I'm just.
Oh, you're from Romania?
Yeah, I do like independent journalism. So
Nice.
I've never been to Washington. So I'm curious
is
why
not
this fence is.
normal. This is
That
not
fence
normal.
wasn't
That-
even there.
This
Yes.
wasn't even there during
Oh, wow.
the Biden administration. It wasn't there during Obama.
Right.
This went up during Trump's administration. It really started going up during Black Lives Matter when people
Right.
started fighting back and organizing against certain
Right.
forms of authoritarian government and police brutality.
Yeah.
But then it just kind of stayed there, and people got used to it, and now we have like an occupying army around the White House.
Yeah.
That
And-
one was a couple
and-
days ago. They just put it up.
Yeah.
And you know they're trying to take women's rights away, right?
Mhm.
By
reproductive rights,
right.
women's rights, let alone trans people. Like, if you have like anyone who's gender non-conforming, woman, anyone feminine. That's
Right.
the thing fascism doesn't like. They don't like something that is not machismo. They like
What I
anyone
mean-
who's a woman
Right.
or like gender non-conforming. Stomp. That's what they're doing. They need a
Right.
a scapegoat. So first they start with women's rights and trans rights. Hey, what's up, brother? What's going on?
Right. Great. So when it comes to abortion, right? They trying to change those laws and legislations, but that only happens, like you say, in a police state, in a state that
it-
where
it slowly
the
comes
state
creeping.
takes most of the control. In,
It slowly comes creeping. It comes not step by step. It doesn't come with it comes bit by bit. You never really see it coming. You get comfortable them taking away your rights. You say, oh, it's only for these people and I'm not these people.
Right.
And then all of a sudden abortion access is no longer a thing.
Right, and that's dangerous because we got to protect women. You know, women. You know, in other let's say someone gets raped. You know how you're gonna be
They
able
don't
to
care
have an
about
abortion.
that.
Yeah, they
They
don't
will
care.
let the rapist baby go to term.
Right, and
They
that's
don't give a damn about that.
that's the
And then
society.
Once the baby's born, they cut social services, and once the baby's born, it's
Right.
like no pre-K, no Head Start, no free school lunch.
This
no
spot is
Medicaid,
so
no
much.
none of it.
This spot is so much better. Like the energy from the tree. Not to like interrupt.
Yeah,
but,
no, you
like,
good, you good.
The vibe with the tree, like the symmetry. You know what I mean? Like it's just a
Yeah,
bad.
they made us move the tent a few days ago. We used to be down that way, but they
Oh,
put
wow.
up more fence,
When,
right?
when did they move?
Yesterday.
So question, so what is this? Can you, well, because I came here only one time and they told me they've been here for a round, but like, what is this?
30 years, this is the nuclear peace vigil. We're
Oh, wow.
anti-nuclear war, anti-occupation, so
Yeah.
like we're anti...
Yeah, what's going on?
We're
Since 1977.
since 1977 we've been fighting occupation, occupied countries like Piscataway lands,
Right.
Palestine, this is kind of holding space for all the people who
Right.
are being oppressed and having their rights taken away.
Yeah.
I'm new to this. I'm just starting taking over the night shift since Felipe's been here forever.
Great.
You know?
Yeah, because like I just met him. So, question, I'm just curious. Why this country sends so much money to Israel, but they don't want to spend money in the people? They want to send it to the
that's a big
side.
one.
Why?
You know,
Why is that?
I think personally that Israel is their last sign.
Right.
Since 1948, this is what Palestine looks like, and then this is 1947. Israel starting to occupy, and Jews used to live
Right.
in harmony or relative harmony
Right.
with this, but now it's an ethno state.
Right,
They're
yeah, but that's the thing. Like when it comes to Judaism, they have a lot of power.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say it might be in the media or like other places. But why they can say we're the only country that can have state. But if someone else is gonna say I want to have my own state, they
I
cannot
don't
have
believe
that.
people should have an ethno state.
Right,
I
but
don't-
that's what they believe, right? That's
Yeah.
why Judaism. Well, basically Israel believe.
That's what Israel believes, not Judaism.
Right,
I'm a
Israel.
Jew. I am
Well,
a
okay, so that's why I asked the question, because
I don't believe in
Right.
I don't believe in occupying armies, forces
Right.
of tyranny. I have my right to exist and have my
Right,
religion.
right,
You have
that's
your
right.
right to have your religion. But the thing is, you don't have the right to say, "Hi, I'm Jewish. I'm going to kick this Palestinian family out of their home
Right,
because they've been living there, and I'm going to take all your goats." And because I'm misquoting the Torah, I'm going to come over and take your land. That's the same thing we did to the indigenous people. That's
Right.
the same thing we did to Native Americans. This land we're walking on is Piscataway land. That's the
Right,
land
right.
of the indigenous people who occupied this part of the country. What did we do to them? Read a history book.
But check this out, how they build this type of system. It's like a
Yeah.
system of slavery. If you
Yeah.
buy a house, it's not your house.
No,
So let's
no,
say you
no.
buy a $300,000 house. If you back on property taxes, they'll take it away from you.
Because
You know?
honestly, there is no ownership under that. Like even if you buy a house
Right.
outright, you're still paying taxes on it till you die.
Yeah.
and you're not gonna own it until you're way past your prime, and that doesn't really matter. Like the home ownership is kind of a dream that doesn't happen here.
Right.
I
Well, it's all delusion.
it is an illusion.
It is an illusion.
Even
yeah.
Section 8 housing, they say, "Oh, you're disabled."
What
you're-"
Section 8?
In Maryland, they have a program that says, "Okay, if you suffer from a disability,
Right.
you can get on a list and get housing." But imagine you are an autistic person
Right.
or an ADHD person,
Right.
and you already have struggle with bureaucracy and paperwork, and they manage you jump through hoops more crazy than Lenin or the IRS.
I'm just a journalist. I'm not.
No.
Okay.
Nah,
So,
peace, brother,
so,
peace,
so yeah,
brother.
so yeah, like because I'm just like you can look me up,
Yeah.
So when it comes to that type of system, it's like a system that cheats the people,
Yep.
because you basically
you poor on
you're
purpose.
like a slave,
Yep.
What I notice is that United States is like a parking lot,
Yep.
and you're
Yep.
paying taxes to a system that's just gonna provide you with food in shelter, which is normal basic needs,
Yeah.
That I think
but they
th-
don't
those are
really
human
care
rights.
about-
The U.S. voted no, that food wasn't. The UN voted if food was a human right. The U.S. was like, no. It was one of the few countries that was like, nah, food's
Food
not
and
a
water,
human right.
not a basic human right.
Right.
They should go hungry for a few days.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
should
yeah,
go
that's-
hungry for a few days and see if it's a human right, huh?
Right. Yeah, it's interesting that it's fenced. I mean, I was trying to get a picture outside the White House, but
The reason why they found that,
No.
yeah, I don't.
okay.
No, well, the reason why I believe the reason why they found that is because your ability to self-sustain and provide for yourself, you can grow anywhere you want food
Right.
in America, but in other countries, other countries don't have the farmland we have. So they determined it like based on viability of territory. So you can run into the woods and start growing food?
Right.
Is that a basic human right, or is that just a basic necessity? You know, like.
If you
Right.
do
It's-
that, they end up taking your land because if you
But I'm
have
just
more
saying-
than one person.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
if you
saying,
grow-
you
if
can
you-
tell the difference. Like if you grow up in Afghanistan where there's
Right.
nowhere to grow, really, well, mostly nowhere to grow, versus here. I mean, you can grow food anywhere. Here.
For example, my parents, they from Argentina.
Yeah.
In that country, you can buy a house and that's it. The houses, you don't have to pay property taxes, or you can have your farm and grow your food. The government is not going to come after you.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious when they said that this is a free country,
Yeah.
why they have, I mean, those laws or legislations that, you know, who
It's
knows?
just different. I think
Who
it
knows?
has different with the viability of the land. That's the one thing. I think the one thing is why food is debatable, because then it adds an extra expense to the legality of the system.
Right.
When you can just provide for yourself, if you can grow, you can just
That's
run
if
into
you're
the
a
woods.
landowner, and that's if you
Well,
own
no,
land in a
anywhere.
viable place.
Yeah, but there's public land you can grow on. Like
Right.
there's a debate that you can just basically go nomadic and provide for yourself, and it also, like, we have one of the great, especially in Virginia, for example, 75% of the land is undisturbed, so you can just like wander off from Virginia and find
Some
food.
people can do that. So like there's people who
Yeah.
do that, but I don't think that's really sustainable. Like what if you have
No.
like a bunch of children? What
Right.
if you're
Or if
disabled?
you're
What if you live in
disabled or you live
Arizona?
in
No,
in
that's
the
true,
desert,
yeah.
Tucson, Arizona.
But that's the technicality. That's they're gonna say is like how many people does that really apply to? That's the debate.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's my opinion, but
How you-
we just have so much land here that that's the debate they found, is that people can provide for themselves.
Right. Now, question: How you read the Communist Manifesto?
No.
I read Karl Marx, and he explains how jobs exploit the worker, meaning
Yeah.
you enriching the company, and you basically pay, working for pennies. They pay you like minimum wage
Yeah.
and wages that you cannot even afford. You know.
I've read Marx. I prefer
Deliberately.
Mikhail Bakunin.
What books do you recommend if you might?
I would like Dostoevsky, Mikhail Bakunin,
Right.
Pyotr Kropotkin. He's better than
What's his
Marx.
name? Peter.
Peter Kropotkin.
I never heard of him.
He's better than Marx. He took a lot of critiques of Marx. He agreed with the Marx on a lot of things, except for Marx was like, we need the state and as a transitionary to communism.
Right.
Whereas Mikhail Bakunin was very much like, we want to have everything decentralized so that we do not have to rely on the government. Which,
Right.
if we'd gone that way, you wouldn't have people like Stalin. But it'd be like that. I think a decentralized network of people being able to provide for themselves is a safeguard against tyranny, but not everyone's ready to take that responsibility on. Yeah.
Well, one last thing. Question: When it comes to this thing in Israel, do you think they're gonna have a solution for this, or they're gonna still occupy?
There was a ceasefire recently, like over the past few days, and Israel has been violating that ceasefire over
Right.
and over again. I would love it if there was peace for Palestine. I would love it if the Yehuda who are not native born would go live in New York. I think
Who's Yehud? I'm just-
Jewish
Okay, okay.
people.
Okay.
I think the Jewish people, the Jewish homeland should be New York. And if you're a Jew who lives in Israel and you're like you're like Ashkenazi Jew or someone who's like not who didn't originally live in Palestine, I don't think you have a right to be a settler there.
Right,
You
right.
know, if you lived there and your ancestors were there, you're like a Jew who lived in Palestine or something like that. This is fine, but like
You're
I
gonna
don't.
live there in peace and coexist with everybody there as an equal. That's
You
one
have
thing,
no
but
right
it's
to
This-
just
this
step
a-
on other
occupying
people.
There's a
because of
phrase
who they
saying
are,
it's like
right?
cutting the grass, and they call it cut the lawn, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they said like they're trying to like replace, they're trying to like get rid of certain people.
They're making an apartheid state. That's why
Sure.
I consider it a genocide. Although many people, there's been a Holocaust for not just
Right,
Holocaust for Jews when Hitler gassed my people and whatnot.
When it comes to that, I understand.
But-
many people have questions if that was right. Yeah, when it comes to that.
You are, yeah.
When it comes to the Holocaust, right? There's many people that have questions of what happened because in history there's like parts that are missing. So people have questions like how was the treatment or how many people was in the Holocaust?
6 million.
6 million.
6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. But you don't have to trust my word for it.
No,
You
I'm
have
saying
books. You have
I'll do my study,
but to be real, Jews
because
are not the only
somebody
people
said
who
it was
have-
like 3 million or 4 million, but I don't know.
6 million.
Yeah, okay,
Well,
6.
including the war.
Yeah, because I'm trying to, like, educate
there was
myself.
The war too. It wasn't just at the hands of Hitler. It was overall.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
The whole the whole time period. Yeah.
Right, right, right.
6
Because
million's
famine
lower,
was
that's
part
good.
of it. It wasn't necessarily all deliberate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
some people died from starvation, disease,
Not all of the
Right.
war.
war.
Not all the
Typhus.
Holocaust
It was
came-
something. It was something called typhus. I don't know if you know.
Not all
Yeah.
of it came from the gas chambers. A lot of
Right.
it came from
Disease.
disease, making them leave their homes, the Gestapo rounding up
Right.
and killing
Suicide.
them,
Every
suicide.
detail, yeah.
No, but do you think ICE is the Gestapo, the new Gestapo?
They are
Yeah.
certainly similar to the SS.
Yeah, it's like the same thing because they go to people's. I'm guessing, you know. So
What would you do if you saw ICE
I
or
just
the Gestapo?
yeah, I have
If
a
you lived in
lawyer.
1930s Germany, what would you do if you saw the Gestapo coming to someone's door, your neighbor, your friend,
Right.
someone you grew up with, you barbecue with?
Yeah, I didn't live on those times, but I cannot, you know, say, but you know.
No, like this is not you right now.
Right, right,
Forget
right.
about that. What would you do if you were in 1930s
Right.
Germany and your neighbor was a Jew or a gypsy or a Muslim or
Right.
homosexual or someone you loved was coming and the man said, "Excuse me, where are your papers? You don't belong here."
Right, right. So
would
so
you
what
do?
what I'll do, I stand my ground, you know.
I would stand for you.
All right.
Yeah, and you're from Venezuela.
No, my parents are Argentinian, but
Oh,
you know, I'm
Argentina. I
not,
thought
I'm
you
not
said
from here.
Venezuela, yeah.
I'm just visiting here, you know. I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
from Washington. This is my first time here, but I'm wondering why they have fences here, you know.
There's all kinds of that's dangerous work. See all the shit. See the high.
Yeah.
See the height.
They built
Yeah.
that
It's
just for
dangerous
the
shit, moving that
inauguration.
stuff around.
They
They
did
Yeah.
all
Built it
that
for
one
the
year.
inauguration of Trump
Yeah.
and his
They
generals and
didn't
his
even
higher
use
ups
that
and
stadium.
Right.
his rich
Take
friends
it
like
down.
Mark Zuckerberg to go sit in that stand, and they didn't even use it because he got
Because
snowed
it
out.
was
Huh?
snow.
No, I heard those people, you know, attacked. It was a protest here. When was this? I don't remember.
That wasn't. That's not recent.
No, it was for Trump, but they said he just got some people out or something like that.
I don't know.
That was
From jails.
That was from 2020, I think.
Oh, what? He pardoned some people?
Yeah, that's what I heard in the
Oh
news. I
yeah,
don't know.
from January 6th.
How many
What
people
was-
did he
what was
pardon?
that?
6th. Yeah.
What was
those
January
were
6th?
the people who were the insurrectionists.
Oh,
How many
wow.
people did he
They-
pardon?
How many people did he
I
pardon?
don't know the facts on that. You'll have to do your research on that.
Do you know
I
how
don't
many did he
exact
pardon?
number.
You should Google it real
You
quick.
should-
Are you
you
still
should-
recording?
you
Are you
should-
recording?
No, it's a
Before
live
you
stream.
put
It's
it
just a
on the
live stream.
web,
You can
you-
follow me.
I'm just
I'll look it
curious.
up. So yeah, I was just curious how they said law and order, but they really don't believe in law and order when it comes to that. You know.
No, they believe in what serves them.
Right, right.
Their rich friends, their supporters. They don't care about poor people. They don't care
Right.
about black people. They don't care about trans people. They don't care about you unless you can make your money off of them.
So they said that those people who insurrected or something, they were tied with white nationalists or fascist
them were,
ideas.
A
But
lot-
you know.
all of them were certainly nationalists.
Oh,
Some
wow.
of them were white nationalists, but all of them had their allegiance wrapped in American flag. They were
Wow.
literally
Various
beating police
flavors
officers with
political
American
views.
flag. Not
Right.
that I'm a fan of
Yeah, that's
police
interesting. I
officers,
never
but
seen
it's-
any of that. Like I never seen anybody beating up.
I knew about it
With
one
that.
day, 2
Wow.
days in advance, and a week in advance.
Right.
I knew something was going to happen because I heard that the white nationalists were moving down
Wow.
for some protest. I knew there was something going to happen, but I didn't know they were going to try to seize the Capitol.
But yeah, like I said, you gotta fight fascism and stand against it. You know,
Oh yeah, by
resistance.
by
You know,
whatever means necessary.
by any means.
You know, you don't. I'm not pro-violence, but if fascism had been crushed in its infancy, we wouldn't have Mussolini.
Right, right. And yeah, I think in fascism, and that's what happens when you won't stand for yourself. Fascism might take over, and you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like that poem that's like first they came, like they'll come for everybody. Like first they came for the trade unionists, and they came.
Right.
for
I did
Jews,
not
and they
speak
came
out because
for
I was not a trade
homosexuals.
unionist. Then they came for the communists. I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came and so on and so on. You want to know something interesting?
Yes.
Do you know who Magnus Hirschfeld is?
Who?
Magnus Hirschfeld.
No, I think I heard of him, but no, not really.
He was the first person in Germany to coin the term transsexual
Okay.
because he was studying transgender people,
Oh, wow.
he was studying LGBT people, and was
Right.
providing health care for them in
Right.
Germany. He was the first person they killed.
Now, question: Trump now he signed a petition or a legislation that bans transgender kids or that stuff, right?
Guess I'm
You-
illegal
you,
then.
You don't think we history is repeating itself
Oh,
like
it is.
1930s and
Yeah.
Everyone's
fascism.
so
Right.
gung ho to be. I love my trans friends.
Right, right.
Until it's time for us to be on the chopping block.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
ready.
like
I,
Target had all
Target,
their
you know, by
Target,
police.
Target was very supportive of
They would
LGBT
have,
when
like,
we were
pride
making the money.
t-shirts,
Right.
They would
But
have
what-
whatever.
but-
and then they're like, no,
Mhm.
the government don't like it no more. I'm not gonna
Now
have
the
none of that.
governments
They're
don't like it. It's
protesting it.
unpopular. It's not profitable. So
They
fuck
don't
the
care
gays.
about that.
Now
They
we
don't
don't
care
care
about
about that.
Right, they don't care, and that's wrong, you know, because that's you're going backwards. You don't.
They would be
you
doing the
you're not
same to
moving
any
forward.
other identity. If it was popular to be like an indigenous person or
And
whatever.
they do that. They sell like there's companies that sell like fashion like fake like native headdresses.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, they
like,
don't care as long
inspired.
as you're making
don't
money.
actually- they're not
And if
making
it's
money
too
with it.
taboo,
Right.
oh, God forbid someone live as their authentic self and, find out who they are and take steps to keep that,
Yeah.
No, that's grooming and horrible
Right.
and nasty. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. The people who are at risk for being groomed and hurt and molested and whatnot, and everything they say trans people do, it's the trans kids are vulnerable to
Right.
those weird fucks taking advantage of them.
Right.
There's more pedophiles in that fucking White House
Yeah.
than you'll ever see with the
34
any fucking
convicted
trans
felonies.
person.
Convicted, not even alleged. Like
Not
Yeah.
even a legend.
some of
And
them
I mean,
for
they
sex
got power,
offenses.
so you know.
Yeah.
All right, sister, I'll talk to you. So he'll be here tomorrow.
Tomorrow, mañana, yeah.
Okay, see you.
Later.
Adios.
God
amigos.
bless. Hey, bro. Oh my goodness. They so fucking racist. That's crazy. Racism still exists. They think I'm an illegal because I have an accent. You see how the left contradicts itself? They call themselves love and stuff. Saying if the Gestapo would come at my house, if they would come at my house, they wouldn't search and leave. I mean, they wouldn't do nothing to me. Well, I think